So now General Surovikin, who's the head of the Russian Aerospace Forces, along with the FSB, are sending out video appeals to the fighters of the private military company Wagner Group. Surovikin comes out and says, "We used to win together." This is a quote, "We used to win together. We are one blood. The enemy is just waiting for our internal political situation to escalate. We cannot play into the hands of the enemy at this difficult time for the country. Before it's too late, we must submit to the will and order of the Russian president. Stop the columns and return them to their place of deployment." So obviously Russia is concerned about Wagner Group moving columns of military troops. Apparently there has been word on Russia's Telegram that many Wagner fighters and those that support Wagner have been saying their farewells to their family. Again, I'm not 100% sure what's going on here, but this is a significant development. This is the most significant development within the internal Russian politics probably in the last 30 years at least. Since the fall of the Soviet Union, we're seeing not only is a war taking place in Ukraine that Russia started, but also on top of that, we have a disaffected group of private military company fighters that are very well equipped and very well trained, and they are recruiting almost as rapidly as the Russian military could. And now Russian generals are making videos and sending them out, imploring the Wagner Group fighters to stop what they're doing, asking the commanders to stop potentially what could it turn into not only a coup, but maybe even a civil war. I don't know entirely. A lot of this is very muddy and very much conjecture coming from the Russian space, obviously, because it's coming from Russia. But one thing is very clear. The Russian Ministry of Defense is in somewhat of a panic mode if they have the head of their aerospace command and the FSB heads coming on actual videos asking Wagner Group private military company to stop escalating and to cease the, quote, columns of military personnel heading towards Moscow. So we'll see what happens in the next 12 to 24 hours. Again, I just don't think this is necessarily a coup or anything like that, but it could be a precursor for some significantly bloody times if this isn't handled very carefully by either side, whether it's Wagner Group or the military personnel within Russia, the Ministry of Defense specifically. If an attack takes place by either side, we could see a pretty bloody internal battle that obviously Ukraine could use heavily to their advantage. And this is a dangerous situation for Putin to be in while trying to prosecute a defense against Ukraine's counteroffensive.